be recorded.
Let the record reflect that a quorum present is leader and duly called for to the Open Meetings Act, and it has been posted according to that. Is that correct, Madam Clerk?
Yes, sir.
Okay. With that being said, we would just give our disclaimer that this meeting is usually, not usually, it is, we exercise an invocation followed by Pledge of Allegiance. If there's any present that would prefer not to participate in this, we would invite you to step out into the hall or possibly mute your line. It rotates between commissioners and Commissioner Hudson. We offer that. Right.
Let's pray. Dear Lord, we thank you for another day. Thank you for each and every one represented here on this court and those that are attending our meeting today. Pray that you be with us as we make decisions for the county and for the people that live here. Pray that you would give us safe travels as we head home after the meeting. And we ask all this in Jesus' name.
Amen.
I don't know if I can remember the text. Salute pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. Okay, we will move to the public comments portion of the court's agenda today. Morning, Madam Clerk. And we will acknowledge that there have been two which have indicated a desire to speak to the court, and we certainly want to acknowledge those. We'll start first with Commissioner Hughes, former Commissioner Hughes, or Commissioner Emeritus Hughes, precinct number 2. And feel welcome to come use the chairs here too. If you prefer to stay where you are, certainly do so. And then let me get the timer started, because when you expire, when it expires, then you'll know that your time's here. Okay. Say it again, Lawrence. Okay, very good. All right, so that was the second one that we have received. So, Mr. Lawrence, ready? The floor is yours.
All right. First, y'all, I'm gonna tell you that I've decided that when I either grow up or come back in this world, I'm gonna be a mountain That's a good deal. All right, now I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna sit there instead of stand up. I'll fall if I didn't. And I'm gonna read this instead of trying to be the speaker for calls. I'd forget something if I didn't. All right, we, my neighbors and I would like the court to consider to reallocate funds to Precinct 2 for reattaining approximately 0.8 of a mile of County Road 2080 for maintenance purposes. This section of road has been maintained for decades by previous commissioner road crews. 2 major culverts have been replaced, one of them twice, and 3 minor ones, at least one. 4/10 of this was all top country paved in late 80s or early 90s by Pete Barnes, the predecessor of the Rusty Hughes, who's in the court on this today. And at the time, the residents paid a portion of this all top. County Road 2080 begins at State Highway 256, runs 0.6 of a mile to a fork where County Road 2085 forks off of it. Dirt road, and the pavement suddenly ends a few feet beyond the fork, according to TxDOT measurements in 2007. However, there are 5 dwellings with 911 physical addresses on this 0.8 of unrecognized, and I'd call it kind of like a ghost road now. And I'm asking Russ to comment on this a little bit after I get through. The county has maintained this road for 50 plus years until now, or recently when road measurements were brought front and center, and this error was discovered. We feel that if there was ever a grandfather clause that had to do with county roads, this portion of County Road 2080 would fall under it. Surely there is a simple solution to this problem, that this sitting board of county government can attain. It would certainly be appreciated by the residents that spend and on this road every day. It's just something that we expected, and just when it came out that that the measurements are wrong, well then, here you are, so we're just sitting like we're in no man's land down on this road. It's just a short, about 4/10 of it is paved and 4/10 of it is a dirt road. And some of it right now, it's been a while since some of it had anything done to it, and it's gonna get really pretty bad pretty quick if we don't do something. And so, anyway, anything you can do, we would certainly appreciate. Thank you for your time. And Rusty, here you go.
Okay, so, we will now acknowledge former Commissioner Rusty Hughes, and give me just a second. Restart this. Okay, Commissioner?
Okay, thank you for letting us have this time and talk to you this minute. On County Road 2080, best of my knowledge, like the law said, the road's been maintained for 50-something years. And I know my predecessor, Mr. Barnes, he maintained the road for 16 years. And then I came in office and I maintained the road for 20 years. So I know that road's been maintained. Back whenever they redistricted and we redone the road, the guy from Texas, from Denton, I can't remember his name, he came up, he had married the road. Mike probably remembers the big heavy set guy, I can't. But anyway, some of the road, I rode with him whenever we measured the road, and some of them I didn't. I mean, he'd come by the office and get them out, and they'd go out and measure. And undoubtedly, when they measured this road, I don't know what the deal was. I guess, I don't understand why they just measured 6 cents per mile. But Mr. Barnes, when he was in office, he, all that, the first 6 cents has been all prior. I don't know who done it. Mike could tell us, he doesn't know. But the other 4 cents that goes down to basically Lawrence's house, Mr. Barnes, all of that road, while he was in office. And, and it's been maintained since then, and also a portion of the road that stopped off, and it goes for another 3 or 4 tenths down at the end of it. And I believe Mike was here whenever they all, that portion of the road, people out there paid for the all that went on that road to where they had it blacktop. So, basically, my knowledge, and I don't understand when they marked it, how they got it wrong, but basically, the road does go, from 287 back to the end of the Smith place back there. And like I say, it's been done 36 years and I know of, so, basically, that has been a county road, and the street is a county road.
And we've lived out there 50 years and it's been maintained, so, yeah, long time.
Okay, any further comments?
I'm also, I want to say thank you again for having, I
Yes,
know that these require opening statements or whatever you call them, but we appreciate your time this morning.
thank you all.
You're welcome. Okay, I'm not aware of any other public comments at this time, so that'll take us to Roman numeral 2, and that's the tabled items from previous meetings. Item A is,
John,
yes,
so now that we have asked for the reallocation of the funds, they will study it, and then they'll make a decision at some time before too long, probably. How will we know when it's been acted on?
Well, I think law requires that 8 people have to sign, request the road to be a county road. I think that's how it happens, and then,
I thought it was if it was a new road.
well,
My understanding was that
well, 2007 is when they allotted the roads. This is the county road, so you'd have to go back to 2007 to make that argument of this is where the road was in 2007. So we go by whatever it was in 2007 on every road, the measurement. So in order to add that, what was on there, it would be considered a new road. That's what I would say.
Okay, so we need 8 signatures, right?
Well, and I'm not sure, Mary Ellen, exactly, I mean, but I know that there has to be at least 8 people to sign a petition. And then, I know that if it is become a county road, there has to be a dedicated recorded easement to each property, giving the county an easement through that property. And then it has to be, there has to be testimony on why that road is going to be a new road that's, for the purpose of the general public, that's going to benefit the general public. So it can be done, there's just a procedure to get it done. And there's certain, by statute, that you have to go through to make that happen. And I think that all changed in 2007, is when that changed, or 13, one of the two.
Okay, well, y'all can let us know exactly.
Exactly, that's why I put in there about the grandfather clause, you know.
We're definitely grandfather age group.
Thank you.
Okay, thank y'all.
In the meantime, we'll be getting them.
No, she doesn't. What? No, I'm not switching. Absolutely not.
Okay, nothing further for public comments, Drew? Okay, let's move on to Roman numeral 2, and that's tabled items from previous meetings. Commissioner Marshall, anything on item A that you want to call the court's attention?
Well, I'll make a motion, we approve a resolution to support the allocation method for opioids, so.
I'm up over here too. Yeah, on the table items from the previous meeting.
Leanne?
I requested it stay tabled at this moment. I have some additional information that I think we probably need to be on. So at this moment, I asked that it stay tabled.
I'll make a motion to table.
Okay, so we're just gonna leave it tabled. Okay. Mike, on item B, do you want to remove that or look at it in regard to the same? Okay, so that'll take us to item C. Commissioner Stirk, has that, is there a request to take that from the table?
Well, I'm not sure, Ken, that's Ken's department that was meeting ours. Did you want to open that up?
Well, I asked the court to withhold payment because we were looking at going with a different company. I got some quotes. Finally got a contract that we could look at. I actually had our ADA look at it, and it's pretty foolproof. So we're I won't even turn stuck with it. They're not that bad, but we're going to keep this one until next July, and we'll re-look at it. But we do need to pay the invoices past the
With the one we had?
Yes, keep what we have till, we have to have a 30-day out, and we'll get the invoice till after.
Under Ken's recommendation, I'm going to make a move that we remove the hours of service.
Did you say, oh, yeah, we're ready.
Renew.
Okay, Bruno.
I think we do have that for action under,
Table.
Well, it's on the table, so you can open it back up.
okay, so the motion to remove from the table for action needs a second. Okay, there's a second. So we'll remove item 2C. We do have, I think, an invoice with us pertaining to that. And so now we need formal action of motion to renew the service based on the recommendation.
Motion to renew service on the cost of, and the recommendation of Ken Joe.
Okay, and we do have a second for the renewal of the hours service. Comments or questions? All in favor, aye. Any opposed? And there's none. Motion carries unanimously. That will take us to the consent portion of our agenda. And Madam Clerk, do you have any minutes from our previous meetings you want us to act on?
We have November 12th public hearing and special meeting. Okay, so I was trying to get the maps to y'all.
Make a motion to approve the two that we presented.
Second. Okay, there's a motion to receive into the record the minutes of the two, and that was November 12th, and what was the other day?
It was both 12.
The public hearing and the.
Perfect. Okay, and there was accompanied with the second. Comments or questions? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Okay, and the motion is approved. That takes us to the monthly reports. It is consent agenda. If there's a request for any of the items on the monthly reports to be set aside for further comments, otherwise, is there a motion to receive the monthly reports?
Motion.
Was that a motion? Yes. Okay, and second, Commissioner Marshall. All in favor of receiving the monthly report, say aye. Okay, and motion carries. Now take us to item Roman numeral 4, and that's the resolutions, proclamations, and orders. And we have one for action, and that's the resolution supporting the allocation method of the opioid settlement.
I think, so we made a notation here of item B, BK. And so I think it's like maybe they go together. I don't know. We were questioning whether K needed to be discussed first before the resolution is passed.
Okay? So at this point, if the court's consent is that we will revisit Roman numeral 4, the resolution section, until we get down to the companion item, which is item K. Any objections? Okay, let's move then to the consider, approve, and informational section of your agenda. And under Roman numeral A, that is the budget amendment line item transfer, Commissioner Marshall.
Yes, sir, I'll make a motion to approve, line item transfers. I know I have some. There's a few of them in your jacket.
I second.
There's a motion with second to approve the budget amendment line item transfers. We've been presented copies of a variety of action items on that. It would be the sheriff's tax sale, the Howard County Appraisal District, advertising, Howard Coalition, independent audit, and reimbursements. With that being said, comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, aye. Any opposed or abstaining? And motion carries for the approval of the budget amendment line item transfers. We're now to item B, accounts payable. Commissioner Marshall.
Ratification of accounts payable. Yeah, I make a motion to approve the accounts payable.
Okay. Is there a second? Okay, there is a second. Motion, comments, or questions regarding accounts payable? Hearing none, all in favor, aye. Any opposed or abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. That will take us to the canvassing of the election results. Commissioner Marshall?
Make a motion, do we need to do that now? or-
We usually save it to the end.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
That's the part.
So we'll come back and revisit that at the end of the items. So that'll take us to the item D, ratification of the renewal of financial software for county auditor and treasurer.
I'll put that in the form of a motion.
Okay, there's a motion.
Second.
And a second. So we're now ready for comments. Since it's a ratification, was there a poll of the court that approved authorization? And if so, what 3 authorized that would be appropriate to do
Yeah,
that?
can you speak to that?
It was time for it to be paid, and so it's the software that we use now. And that's why we went ahead and paid,
So we would just deadline it.
correct.
Okay, so Mike, you're saying, Joe, you were in support of that as well for the 25th of October deadline that would be paid for? Was there another member that may have been told so that our ratification will stand?
No, can't hold more than 2.
You can poll 3, as long as it's an outside person.
No,
In other words, the clerk could poll
yeah,
just to make sure that there was support.
no, sir, but I'm in support of paying our bills and need to be paid.
Okay. All in favor, aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. That'll take us to item E, and that's the adjusted or amended proposed guidelines. Commissioner Stirk.
If there, make a motion, we adjust, amend, and or accept the guidelines that have been proposed to us from the Tyler County Historical Commission, that in form of a motion.
There's a motion with second. On the comments, I think that it's appropriate that whoever is assigned from the board to oversee the facility would be the more appropriate person versus myself. That way, if there's a question, that there's at least that authority that's been granted from the court. There's a couple of places in there that was referencing the office position.
Right. What I kind of thought would be the PCCC, Tyler County Commissioners Court, or their designated person or designee. And then that way, we would have to go back and change that person or that title if there was a change made. So, Tyler County Commissioners Court is in the first chapter or first TCCC. So if we changed county judge must be approved by the county judge. We took that out and put in Tyler County Commissioners Court or their designee in those places. Then whoever was the court's designee or the court itself could do that. If that's favorable. And also in the first paragraph under the artwork and all decorations, in that first sentence, it says the focal point of the restored Howard County Courthouse. If we just remove restored, it just put the focal point of the Howard County Courthouse. And then the second sentence is any art must be compatible and complementary to the restoration. Take that out and just replace it with complementary to the courthouse. Because we had not done it, we did not restore it. And not done restoration, not that somebody wanted to fund that for us, and we'll be glad to do that. So I see three places, Judge, where it said county judge, and we could replace that with TCCC or designated person. All on the, I guess it's page 2, under the
Yes.
bunting and banners, exterior signs, and the courthouse lawn. Correct.
Okay. So those three on that page to be in continuity with art and wall decorations, and your recommendation is removal of the word restore.
Yes,
And then in the second sentence, any artwork must be one, compatible and complementary, and just leave it as complementary.
to the courthouse. Take restoration out of there and just put courthouse in the courthouse.
All right. Any further comments or questions regarding the document?
Anybody else see anything?
Well, I understand the purpose, and there's a lot of good things in there, but there's some things that like personal pictures and knickknacks, and,
Where do you at?
on the second page, and then you go to the, there's another thing, space heaters. Some of this stuff, I just think is ridiculous.
You don't want them to have space heaters?
Well, no, I don't want that.
No, it says you can use it for, you can not be avoided and just check the lane, once you don't overload it. So the space heaters are not exempted, you just, maintenance department needs to make sure that it's plugged into the proper place. So make sure we're not overloading the circuit, so they're not exempting the space heaters. Where was the other thing you were talking about?
Well, just like the person, I mean, I just don't like so much control, Still like courthouse too, and like the personal pictures, yeah, they can find to the desk, and, the colors of the remote have to be, it's just different things there I didn't like. But that's my own opinion.
It's shared.
Do you want those removed?
I'd almost rather change what we're gonna change,
May I ask a question? May I, as a person who lives in the courthouse? Are we going to have someone that's going to keep up with, like Joe's saying, I mean, is someone gonna go get trained in knowing how to tell us what we can do and what we can't do, and who are we supposed to ask that of, and
Yeah,
how are,
you know about placing something,
I'm talking about every bit of that. I'm
well,
talking about all
if
of
you're
it.
gonna use a space heater that in here it says, hey, check with your maintenance department, make sure that it's not an overloading circuit.
So we have those foot things you put your feet on and they blow cold air and hot air, is that, we would have to get someone to tell us if we could use those,
Well, I
or?
would think as long as it didn't draw more than 15 amps, you were fine with that. But I would check with maintenance on that. But that should be on, when you buy it, it's probably set for household.
Yeah, we've had them for a long time, we've been using them for a long time. so.
Yeah, it's not eliminating that, it's just, you need to check with the group, the maintenance department.
Okay, and so they'll be trained by this committee to know what to tell us to do, so we can ask them.
What you need to do is talk to them, and they'll say, yes, you can use this water
Okay.
heater, because it doesn't draw too many answers.
So you're talking about maintenance? I mean,
Maintenance, yes, that's who you check with and stuff like that.
Okay, so what about the other stuff? Who do we check with on the other, like the decor and the, like we know,
Tyler County Commissioners Court or their designee, and their person.
so will that be you or who will that, like, am I to get on the agenda every time we have a question about it, is my question, or is, are all this, no?
No, I would think, no, if you're gonna make a change, basically to, you can't put anything on the wall.
Like my college diploma and my certification that I've had hanging on the wall, they're sitting on the floor now, so.
Right, yeah, you're not supposed to put anything on the wall, and it tells you, you're not that that's the problem, it's how it's attached to the wall, not that your diploma is the problem, it's just how it's attached to the historical wall. What the state doesn't want to do is damage the wall that's there, and so.
So were I wanting to show that I have a certification and hang it on the wall, would maintenance come in and hang that on the wall? Or,
Yes. So adhesive tape, including any type of any kind of any historic finish is not allowed. So, this finish is approved by the state. Now, I don't know if that's a historical finish or not, but
and one more quick question, we have rugs in our offices, or there's something in there about rugs, or?
Yeah, it says that neutral colors without patterns and swell, that's one of the things that I, is like early, and then personal pictures should be discreet, and confined to office spaces.
so the office space, they don't want it in the hallway.
Yeah.
They don't want it in public places. They don't want your picture in the hallway.
I don't want my picture in the way.
So maybe what would be a good idea is if maintenance or whoever's designated would come to each office and say, yes, you can do this, and no, you can't, or yes, you can have this rug, or no, you can't have this rug.
You can have a rug.
Okay, so it's okay to have.
You can have a rug, it just needs to be in a neutral color.
Okay, and so when someone gets ready to buy me the neutral color rug, who is that going to be? I have
Somebody
a
that knows
rug.
what a neutral color rug is.
Well, I have a rug. And it's
All the same. It's a-
So is the historical courthouse police gonna show up one day and walk through here and say, go, that's gotta go, that's gotta
And
go?
that's kind of what with the discreet and
I mean,
all
you
the
know,
spaces.
is there gonna be somebody that can, is there anybody that can tell you what to do?
The state, if they've shown up in here before, they'll just what to do.
So I mean,
I mean,
they possibly,
ultimately, they can't.
so they possibly could show up, is what I'm saying, is that correct?
Have they shown up before? Well, we had the meeting here with the commission, yeah. Where they
Can we
gonna
even
find
put-
$1,000 a day, if
can
we
we-
didn't do what they.
Can we even
So
put our,
there is something that potentially could, would, probably not, but there is possible.
so are we allowed to put our pictures back up in here like we had before, the court and all that?
Well, there's, I have a whole wall of county and district judges that was redone whenever Melissa left, and the attorneys of the county went together and did hand sketches of these judges. And, and the judges I have now, are looking forward to their pictures being hung, so do I need to call the state?
No.
Say, I got historical people on the wall.
No, what this document says, if you want something on the wall, you take it to the Tyler County Historical Commission, and they look at what you're going to do, and then they present it to the court. Now, the court is the ultimate one that decides if something goes on the wall, but, yeah, the procedure would be, you would take what you're doing, examine for hire to the local historical commission,
Oh, okay.
and then from there, they would make the recommendation to the court, and the court has the ultimate authority on what goes on the wall.
I think Ms. Holderman has a comment.
I can assure you that the local historical commission would be proud to see those judge portraits reinstalled. As a matter of fact, we individually, not as a commission, but as individual members, many of us contributed to the cost of framing those pictures so that they could be displayed appropriately. And to me, the only matter of concern is the process for hanging them, which you've already addressed. It's not to hang them, it's how to hang them.
And follow the procedure to get something done, which
Yeah.
would be go to the historical commission, then that comes. It's not that we're against it, do it, we
Oh, no, no,
just
no, no, no.
want to make sure that other procedures are followed
Yeah.
for that to happen.
And that's what I need to know. Thank you.
And I think being rule followers like we are, we just want to make sure we know the rules and understand what is, and who is it that we go to say, is this part, is my rug the right color or is it not? And what, so I still don't think I know that, but
I would, I mean, it's a rug, I'd have to look at it, sit down and read it, it's a rug, but I don't think you have to use the commission to do that. Because in here it says as long as it's a neutral color, and I don't know what neutral colors are, I have no idea.
Beige.
So the judge would probably know what a neutral color was.
These are neutral colors on this floor in
It
here.
sounds like you need to go to book.
This whole room is neutral
Can I ask a question, please?
with the historic tan lights.
What is designated your break room?
Several offices have break rooms in it.
But does it have to be designated and officially in court, or,
I don't think that, but.
I mean, I just make sure that, I'm abiding by the law and, of course, and, I come out the way, and have all those things, and I don't know if that's necessarily designated as a.
Yeah, I don't.
Very
I would say you're probably in good shape if no one in the court has said, hey, you're not supposed to have a break room. Some of there, I mean, in your office, there's a bill break room, in Jackie's office, there's a bill break room, so. I mean, you have a refrigerator, you all have a bill break room. So I think they're already standing there.
Well, a lot of things that we took for granted in the past have been reevaluated, and now we have to go seek approval for that, so. I just-
What's that?
A lot of things that we've taken for granted in the past.
Yes, yeah.
We now have to go seek approval for, so I just want to make sure that that part is covered as well.
Right. I don't think, I think what the local people are doing, local historical commission doesn't want to break room in the hallway, in the public areas. It's not, doesn't take away from the historical ambiance of the courthouse.
so could we get a copy of course, of what you're about to adopt, I guess?
I think it's gonna be a public record, yes.
Okay.
And I think I sent this out to everyone. When I got it, I think I ordered this, and it's been a couple of months ago when it came in, to give people plenty of time to look at it.
You did it.
And mark out if they want it, didn't want it. Yeah.
Okay, any additional comments? All right, we've made note of the adjustments to the document that has been submitted. And are you ready for the vote?
Yes, sir.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
And it sounds unanimous.
Nay.
Nay, okay, one nay, thank you. All right, so that's gonna take us to item F, Commissioner Marshall.
Appoint the members to the Tyler County Sexual Assault Response Team. I have a pretty good list of folks here. I make a motion that we, appoint members to the Tyler County Sexual Assault Response Team. Second.
Okay, there's a motion with a second, comments or questions? And we have, looks like documents that you've made available to us, and Chief Allen is here to speak to anything. Do you want to just inquire, should you make any comments or?
Terry, do you have anything to say?
There's a new law that says that we do have to have a sexual assault response team in place by December 1st. And we have a year to come up with a policy and procedure for that team. So we're just asking that you appoint these members who've all agreed. I don't think anyone will be surprised, maybe. And then we also will have a meeting today, if y'all set the meeting today, and then we'll have a year to come up with a policy and procedure that will help. I think the point behind it is just to help make sure our victims are being taken care of, and we have procedures in place for the victims of crime here. So I would ask
Okay.
that.
Any additional comments, questions?
Just I thank all of the ones that volunteered to be on this team here to make this happen. Do we make that?
Need to name all of them.
Sure. All right.
All right, so we have Terry Allen, Chief Juvenile Probation Officer, Brian Weatherford, Tyler County Sheriff, Tom Calhoun, Sergeant, Tyler County Sheriff's Office, Marvin Williams, Assistant District Attorney, Mike McCully, Woodville Chief of Police, Stephen Hoke, Woodville ISD School Resource Office, Terry Riley, the Ivanhoe Police Department, Paula Gibbs, Crime Victim Assistance Coordinator, Judge Tricia Ford, Justice of the Peace Precinct 1, Brenda Garrison, Garth House, same nurse, Angela Dillahunty, Garth House, same nurse, Matt O'Neill, Adult Probation Director, Deborah Tomat, Executive Director of Family Services in Southeast Texas, and Child Protective Services Representative, Department Mental Health Services Representative, Cindy Fertitta, and Kathy Harris.
Okay,
Yes, thank you all of them. It's really good.
you ready for the vote?
Yes, sir.
All in favor, aye? Any opposed? And it was unanimous. Thank you. That's going to take us to item G, and Commissioner Marshall, that's the schedule for the first meeting of this particular team that was just approved as November 15th in accordance with the State Bill 476, and that's on page 4 of the documents that were included in our package. So,
I put that in form of motion.
okay, there is a motion with a second. Comments or questions? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Commissioner Marshall, item H.
Yes, sir. I have a letter of resignation for Mr. John Richardson off the ESD number 5 board. I make a motion to accept the letter of resignation.
Second. There's a motion with a second. Comments or questions? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed or abstaining? And motion carries unanimously. Commissioner, please continue item I.
Yes, sir. I make a motion to appoint Glenn King to the ESD number 5 Commissioner's Board. And his residence has been verified, and he's in the ESD district, so I make a motion to appoint him.
Second.
Okay. Who had the second? Sorry.
Who did you want? Stephen.
Stephen. Comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, aye? Aye. Okay, is there any objections or abstentions? No. Item J, Commissioner Marshall.
Christmas and Tyler County agreement between Tyler County and Tyler County Chamber of Commerce in regards to decorating the courthouse and use of electricity during the annual event. I'll make a motion to have an agreement.
Okay, there is a motion with agreement for item J. Are there comments or questions?
Yeah, the only thing I'm concerned about is stuff that's put on the structure of the courthouse itself, the windows and stuff. We just passed this as a deal, but also comes with the state. Sometimes driving by and see it, whatever. I don't have a problem at all with any of the decorations in the yard or the trees, but I just have concerns about it being on the courthouse structure itself.
Can I speak to that?
Any objection? Please do.
Per your request, I contacted both the state and the local historical commissions. The state said that it was quite all right to use the hooks that are already in the windows, as well as the methods that I asked to secure things to the building. I spoke with the local historical commission, and they said that they appreciated my contacting them, but this was not their issue. And so, based on what you just said, in adopting the policy.
It is their issue.
Well, they said they didn't care about the grounds, they cared, but they,
Yeah.
but based on what you just adopted, it's ultimately up to the court. And so, based on what, the state has said, what I propose is what we've traditionally done. I'm not asking to drill holes in the walls. I'm asking to give what we've always given back, or what the county has expected of our courthouse, in the lawn, therefore, at Christmas and Halloween.
Okay, any additional comments?
And I think that's good, and one of the only things that I'd like to be just adopted, I understand the structure part, and that's one of my concerns as well, just the structure, because it cost of $2.3 million,
Certainly. So I heard it from him.
yeah.
And I specifically asked about the books that are currently in the windows that I did not place there, that have been there, Ms. Horton said, decades. And, as long as I'm not drilling a new hole or a new whatever, I don't really see why, if the state approves, and why that would be an issue.
Well, the state also approves of the work that's done with it.
I had it
Yeah,
right,
correct.
I had it right, and also provided a document from Mr. Patton, whatever his name is.
Melanie?
There you go. And he, actually, what I'm asking to do is minimal compared to what they allow you to do. And so I provided that, with Mr. Sharp, and so I hope that he shared that with y'all, but, the hook is, at least in my words.
Well, I'm sitting here looking, I don't see a hook.
Not all of them have a hook.
Not all of them have a hook, and I would not put a new hook in if they don't.
So what can you hang off of one hook?
A wreath. So I'm
Oh, it's
asking
just
for,
a wreath?
just a wreath.
So there's not any lights on the courthouse?
No, it's
It's
I'm not asking to put lights in the courthouse.
Not lights.
And I also asked if there wasn't a hook, if I could use a suction cup on the window, and, Mr. James said that would be quite all right.
Yeah, I remember all those wreaths being on. Okay.
The problem I have with it is, we have a notebook full of emails from the previous architect, where we spent $500,000 redoing our courthouse, and he was along with us the whole way. If he was not in that right for it, he came down many a time and said, "You're doing great." The problem is the architect is not the commission, so kind of like following procedure, they get hurt, just like if
Correct.
the governing body did not approve that. The architect said it was okay, but in the end, that it didn't matter what the architect says, it matters what the commission says. So state approval from the architect is not state approval from the commission. That's where I'd be concerned as to what we've gone through before, where we thought we were in line with what was happening, and everything from the state architect, and $2 million later, we finally got back in line with the state commission.
It is my opinion, and I realize that I am just a citizen, but it is also my opinion that as long as I'm not tearing down windows or adding new windows or, just utilizing what's already there, then I don't really think that, I guess they could have a problem, but at some point you have to go off of good faith, that you've done everything you're supposed to do, and that you brought back what you need to do. And
Yeah,
historically,
there is a procedure for getting the commission's approval on this, but it takes a while, and that's what I would suggest happening is requesting of the state commission's approval to do that, not the architect.
right, I have 15 days until
Right,
Christmas.
I understand that, but I would say, out of respect for the state commission, our court needs to respect their position as their commission and, follow the procedures for it. And I'm not against it, but what I want to do is follow procedures.
And I'm all about following procedure, and so I thought that I had done everything that I was supposed to do. And I'm pretty adamant about this because our county,
Right.
is waiting on this decision today. And our county is depending on, we're talking economic impact, we're talking about traditional.
Leanne, we're talking about wreaths on the window and garland on the hand.
Yes, we are.
That's what we are opposed to, anything that's tied to the structure of the building, not the Christmas on the lawn at all. What we're talking about is attaching things to the building, and if wreaths on the window affect the whole festival, then I'm sorry, it doesn't. But that's what we're talking about, is attaching things to it. We're for the festival, I guess we are, I would think we are. But I think our concern from our talking is attaching anything to the building without the state commission saying, hey, that's not a problem to do that.
So we took Mr., what's his name, Mr.
Melanie?
We took his opinion and his endorsement, we took all of that when it comes to historical bail, but now we're not taking it for a wreath.
Well, just like the bail,
he said it would be a great thing to put the bell on the stand after through our local historical commission. The commission said, no, you can't. Just because he says that,
But we did act on it,
right,
based on what he did say.
that's correct, and that's a bell, and this is the courthouse, which is part of the courthouse.
Okay.
But it, like I say, that's how I feel about it. If we take out anything put to the structure of the courthouse, as long as it's freestanding, I'm talking about the structure of the building only. And I don't have a problem with the use of electricity and wrapping of the trees and all that. I just have concerns about hooking anything to the courthouse itself.
He did say in that you had sent to us, or we've gotten distribution of, he said, thank you for taking care to avoid damaging.
Yeah.
He said all these decoration ideas seem to be appropriate, but again.
So what's our remark?
we have had comments from
It's rightfully God's gun shop, you know.
I thought it was still our courthouse. I mean, I know they come back and put a picture on something.
It seems to me that if we put the wreath on there, it makes you feel like that's not gonna work, I can take the wreath down. And yes, it's just a wreath, Stephen, but it is our courthouse, it is our tradition, it is our,
With the courthouse and everything belongs to our county, we're a political subdivision of the state of Texas. We exist
I know
because of the
that.
state of Texas.
I know
But some people might not know that.
I'm
And
sure
so,
they do.
so we exist as the local government and a county at the wheel of the
We
legislature.
still expect Christmas and holidays.
So, yes, I make a motion that we amend the agreement policy to not put anything to the structure of the courthouse, but leave everything else, including the use of electrical items, the trees, the lights on the trees. Leave that in the use of the courthouse for the Christmas in Tyler County.
Okay, there's an amendment needing a second.
I'll second it.
There is a second. Comments or questions to the amendment? All in favor of the amendment? Aye. Any opposed? Oh, good grief. This is the first split vote that we've had the privilege of enjoying. So,
It's sure enjoyable.
yeah. I bet it. Yep. Okay. Wow, I wish I'd have paid a little bit more attention. The hooks that are already existing do not seem to be an issue. So, let's see, the ones that voted for were the two of y'all.
Well, and the amendment was to not hang anything on the courthouse. That's what we're voting on.
Oh,
And everything else goes, just nothing on.
Okay, so,
And I don't have a problem with hanging it already there.
okay, so my vote goes with the failure to the amendment. So now we're back to the original motion of receiving the Christmas in Tyler County agreement.
I made that motion.
Yes, it's got the motion in a second. And comments or questions on it? All in favor, aye? Any opposed?
Nay.
Okay.
Okay. Let me back out. Okay, Joe, what was your,
My vote was against the amendment
okay.
with Commissioners Marshall and Hudson. My vote is in support of Christmas in Tyler County agreement between the chamber and the county regarding their decorations and use of
As it's written, right?
as it's presented.
Okay, so now we're back to the original motion.
And we have 3 for and 2 against.
Okay, the 2 against is,
Stephen,
which one?
Stephen Joe's against
Okay. All right, so that's going to take us to item K, and that was in regard to the resolution. So, Commissioner Marshall.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, 3, 4 includes you,
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, I broke the tie.
all right, 2 times.
Yeah. Okay. So that's going to take us to item K, and that's the Texas Opioid Abatement Fund Council and Settlement Allocation Term Sheet. Commissioner Marshall.
Yes, sir, I'll make a motion.
Can I help you with that, Mike? Sure. Okay. We need to pass the resolution in support of the county in joining ourselves with the other counties and cities throughout the state of Texas. Our allocation of, $130-something thousand.
That's if all the other counties.
Correct. Well, I think there's a percentage.
Right, yeah, some don't join in, I think, yeah.
But we're just simply enjoining ourselves in this class action group. So,
I make a motion that we join that.
Second.
so there's a motion with the second for, which would include the resolution for the enjoining of the county. Comments or questions?
Who makes it?
Okay. Hearing none, all in favor, aye. Any opposed or abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. Item L is Commissioner Sturton.
Yes, sir, that's a purchase of the 2008 Caterpillar maintainer from Russ County. I bring that in form of a motion, it's $125,000, and there's no equipment out there to buy. So this is going to be between county and county transfer.
Okay.
Purchase.
Yeah, here's your second. Okay. So the motion with the second, comments or questions? Did they just have one?
Just one.
I'm glad that I got mine a while back, because there is nothing to be had out there.
Goodness.
Crazy.
Okay. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstaining? Motion carries unanimously.
Did you say 125?
125.
Okay. Item M is the renewal of membership of the NACO. Commissioner Sturton.
Yes, bring this in form of motion that we renew our membership with NACO, which is the National Association of Counties. Bring that in form of motion.
There is a motion with the second, Commissioner Marshall. Comments or questions? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed or abstaining? And motion carries unanimously. Okay, are there any comments by members of the court pertaining to matters of county government regarding the historic building? I'm kidding. Okay, there's none, so that's going to take us, is anyone aware of executive session requests?
No, sir.
Okay. And there's,
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we got canvas, that's right.
and then we'll come back up, yes. Yes, that's part of my okay. Yes. So we'll just acknowledge a little bit more for her minutes that action on opioid does include the resolution.
Yes. Yeah, I think that was.
Resolution is really the driving component of this thing. Okay. We do have to do the canvassing, so we need a motion to begin to canvass.
The canvas to join election results.
All right. There's a motion and second to canvass the votes, and that's on item C. All in favor, aye? All right. Motion carries.
I mean, that's what we have to do. I mean, it's a good deal. How much canvas do we have? You know. I feel like that.
Is he in here?
How are you?
Joe Black.
Hey, man. I'm good. Good to see you.
They had to be out.
Good, I
Just for one of theirs is $1,000. Yes, I will make sure that
I don't know you can talk about it.
All right, thank you.
I've heard the name.
No, I hope you do.
Let me rephrase that. I'm gonna get commissioner.
Oh, okay, positive, that'll get it.
I thought I failed one time, one thing, but I didn't.
Good to see you, man. Thank you. All right. Okay, 3. Wow.
You had three?
I've had 2. I haven't had the booster. Yes.
Put it in my drawer.
I think it's 6 months.
Okay. Wow.
That's fine, whatever you will.
Thank you.
Come anytime.
Okay,
No, no, it's-
good seeing
What is that? What's this wearing? It was.
Yes, it's the same.
She wore something, she worked for a literary dress. I guess I'm over the evening. So.
Check them out.
Not too hard, okay.
Thank you. Yeah. So that's all we need to do.
So, there's Odo. So this is the payroll.
Yes.
We have Now, the new law is if they're postmarked before election day and they come in by 5 o'clock, the day after, they can be turned out. And I think we had 2 of those. And we had one or two provisionals that could be counted. Janet's son made, cutting boards that can also be used for charcuterie boards if you want to do that.
It's on these,
And we're gonna donate.
on these, whenever, like on the first one, actually, you can break it up here. If,
Let me call Karen.
see, it shows 7 on all these, on that.
Okay, so this, I believe, is the run after the new one.
Okay, so, no caboose.
And
So Stephen? Yes, sir. Why would this number here be 22 and it's 21 over here?
You mean, talk to Dominique, that's just, I think.
yeah, hang on.
Yeah, talk to Dominique. She'll do.
That's gonna be our difference in those votes I was telling you.
The one that came in?
Well, there was about 4. There was 2 by mail and 1 or 2 provisionals.
See, the next one says 1510, and on the sheet it says 1410.
Yeah, Steve got a turn. Told you. It'll move on my phone. It's slow.
Amanda? Hi, I need to speak to Janet and Kimberly. Okay. Hello? Hello? Oh, that's okay. Hey, Kimberly. So we're canvassing the votes. Do you remember what precincts had, where they did, I know there was a couple of provisionals that was counted, there was a couple of late mail ballots that came in and was counted. You remember what precincts they were? Yeah.
It's gotta be 4 because this one's off by 1, every one of them.
No, let's go, all 2, then
Okay.
everyone go.
I don't think she had the two that came in the next day. Hey, Janet, so we're canvassing the votes. Do you remember what precincts that was counted by the ballot board, the provisionals, and, okay. Okay, what precinct was the provisional? Box 4? Okay, 2 in box 10? And it was box 14?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't mind. I just need a precinct. I'll hang out and call you back. Okay, so Joe precinct box, is box over. That's okay, she's gonna look in the closet. And both you should have one ballot for sure, box 14.
That's, it's all off one.
That was a provisional.
Okay.
Okay. On that, absentee here, this one.
And what's this stuff here that goes to Woodville High?
Oh, you don't have to
That's
just.
okay, I don't have anything.
We don't do
Yeah,
any.
the schools and the cities, I have it in the contract, they can't just run.
Okay. And then after I get them all confirmed, go through, up to the, early voting.
And when if it's on, if you're agreeable with it, you just
So,
do your initials.
No.
all right, so on this, okay, the number here is 21-3, but on here it's 22-3.
Okay, what precinct is that? Is that 14?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's okay?
Yes, because that's your one
Provisional, okay,
provisional.
all right.
And then, remember, you don't have to canvass the schools or the city elections.
Well,
Okay,
mail,
mine,
mail
you
is
have-
right here, and then early is here, and election is here.
So absentee
Hello?
is made.
Hello?
This number.
Okay, can you-
Zero and one. Then the next box, you'll check all those off. Then the next part will be voting early.
Okay, you're right now. Box 10, Napoleon, and that was 2, not counting provisionals.
Election day.
Okay.
Then in the end, make sure the numbers come out right, which they should.
Box 4 and box 1. And just one in each of those. Okay, thank you. Okay, so. Okay, so mine, you have yours, okay. Okay, Joe, you have one, box 1. There was one that should be an absentee.
Okay, that's,
In precinct 1 and in precinct, okay,
I think that's three, isn't it?
okay, yes. So it should be an absentee column that you would be off.
Yeah, okay, that's something that,
Okay,
there's one.
okay, so that one should,
Well,
well, I mean, for me.
okay.
Okay, and then in box 4, it was a ballot that was counted by the ballot board, and this one was, let's see, it was a provisional. And so I don't know, it's gonna either be election day or precinct 4.
This is counting 10, 9, there.
And by mail,
About 2, 9, 10.
yeah. Okay, so you're gonna be one off
Others.
on those, because there was only one ballot on that.
So box 14 had,
So you should all be one off. And then mine, you had 2 provisional counted and 2 late day ballots. So in your mail column for precinct 10, Colonial, or it says absentee, or, and then your ticket's gonna say mail.
certificate that says mail.
And it should be a top.
Yeah, she's got me, right there at the top, handwritten. She must have. What you give me?
You know, that should say mail.
It should say mail.
Mail.
Yeah, not mail, it's United States mail.
Okay, so you should be two, the difference of two on that one. And it should be in your absentee column. 'Cause those were two ballots that came in the next day, but they were mailed before election day. So they met the criteria to be counted.
So it should be,
Yeah, it's gonna be a difference of two.
plus 2 million or something.
Well, no, it's just compare this for Tennessee, that's 17, 18, 19, but this is 22. So it's 19, 20, 21. Let's see, state opposition. Okay, well, what? Then you had two there, and then you had two provisionals that was counted. So that's really 4 added together.
So this is Fred, precinct 15.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what do we do? How can we
They
check
had
it
a
out?
good turnout, you see that?
Do we initial it?
Wow. Mhm. Oh, I need your initial on this, because this is what's gonna be recorded. Okay, so that's a potential
On every
of 4
page?
votes. It could change, so just a long, don't go over 4.
Every page?
Oh, no, just the top, just the first page.
What do you mean we had a good turnout?
They voted over 100 people, I think, at Fred.
Total votes cast 77. Registered voters in Fred is
They
1,036.
voted,
It says about 78. Now, Parker had 165.
Hey, look,
so that's what I'm thinking.
probably number guy.
So just count all of there. Well, say over 4. Yeah.
So I can throw something there.
Yeah. Parker and Coney will go back and forth at their largest boxes. And I have those in there on their.
Fred's got 1,000 or something.
So this is 428, 22, and this is 19, so long as it's not over.
God's lost a lot over 4.
18, over 18.
And then let's see, how many does 16 have?
That's more.
It's got 651.
I don't know how far down 1943, 16 goes. I know that it includes.
It goes to, it includes like that. It goes down to Woodland Creek. And then it stops right there and it goes all the way to the intersection and down 69. So,
See, Fred goes from Pump Station Road, because that's the dividing line between it and the Burger Box. And then I guess it goes all the way to County
I think
Line,
the other, I did that either.
and then up to 1943.
Still, it's not getting this done. This is showing like 37 bars, and
Is
again,
that Tina?
this is showing, 25 bars, like,
Great.
That's what they added together.
Right, it's got those.
That's 39.
I had kids like you, Clay.
I lost in.
cheek.
Yeah.
Don't take it home.
Did you go to class with recess?
Yeah, she did.
I had a blast, man.
I have a bunch of stuff y'all to sign, once y'all do that.
You're
Two catfish, like 3 keeper bass. And I had them on a makeshift stringer, and, cause I forgot one, and they got, I was kidding this thing. I went out there by myself, it was pretty fun.
So do we have to do 8 each ones? Do I have to check yours?
Yeah.
I just do my 3 and that's it.
I do only have 3.
I'm checking the same.
That's what I wonder. I'm a new guy, I should have like 2.
I only have 3 boxes in my precinct.
Oh, you're making us do our own precinct.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Ms. Donnie, on these ones, these that are off, you want to highlight them?
No, as long as it doesn't go over, how many did you have?
It's just one
Two?
over.
One over, okay.
Mine's just one of them on them all.
So,
You had one over in box
We're still being
1 and one
recorded.
over in box 4.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, so as long as it's not over that.
Okay.
Precinct 2 was correct.
Awesome. That's right, you didn't have
What are
any.
you special?
I don't know what I did.
Everybody got their ballots in on time, everybody had all their.
We had one, at the conversation, one of the ballots, it was, she wouldn't read it. There was a defect
Mine are all
on
good.
the edge of the paper. And it was
Not
not,
sensitive.
yeah, no, running on, and it's been out for me.
Mine's staying there.
So you spoiled it, gave them a
Well,
new
they
ballot.
got maybe, if I look
No,
at that,
that's
I'm gonna make sure he just went
Look pretty
wrong back. But they were, looking at it, and then,
No, I-
because really, he looked at it, and there was just something on there, yeah, come on, you would not take it down.
Yeah, that's why I always tell the election judges, that they have to sign the back of the ballot. Don't get close to that, because they call them tracking marks.
Yes.
All those little black boxes.
But it was something
Because
that,
that's where that machine is reading.
it was like a wrinkle or something in the actual, there was something on the paper, a little notch on it, I don't remember.
The good part
I
about
was the only one that did that
our voting equipment is it gives the voter the option to spoil their ballot. I mean, it's gonna kick it back. It's not gonna accept that ballot. It's gonna kick it back and make corrections or.
How many you got, Stephen?
4?
Joe, you got 4?
Yes.
Mike's got a bunch.
Well, there's mine. I guess I'm 3, huh?
Yeah, but I got a bunch of paper. I'll sign you, so you should.
Start handing it to me, sister.
And this is y'all opioid resolution.
Okay.
Yeah, monthly report.
She's got all kinds of stuff in your hat. Did you go to the surf festival?
I did. I was so wanting to, but I've just been exhausted for months.
Well, you got wore out.
I-
I've
There
never seen
were-
anything like it in my life. I bet there was 20,000 people. I tried to get my place, there's a line, so 2 lines, block them, wait to get something.
COVID super spreader event, huh?
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I've been sitting down somewhere, Elizabeth was been staying, and
Cooper.
I just got exhausted, and she had a barbecue with a friend playing, so it's just been this year.
They had lots of old tractors and old cars, I look at, sure. And lots of vendors, you could drive whatever you wanted.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was looking forward to.
Yeah, I did that, I love tractors and cars.
They had all kinds of crafts.
Oh, yeah. I bet there was 200 vendors.
Oh, my.
It was, they had all the food on one block and it went for 2 blocks down that street. They just lined up down the street, they lined it up. And then they had 2 blocks up the street and another street was full of vendors and then 3 blocks this way. There were vendors on both sides of the street.
Wow.
And then old cars, that deep car.
He's like.
Was he being funny?
3 blocks that way, 2 blocks this way. Next thing you look at the circle part,
I know.
and the whole other place.
There's a lot of good roads.
Yeah, they probably had 100.
Did you get to test the syrup?
Oh, yeah. Old engines and old tractors and.
Did you pick out the trailer?
Did y'all have any stuffed chicken
Where are they
rolls?
gonna bring it?
Oh,
I didn't even wait to see what they had. Mike was up there, he had his,
I was cooking sirloin and ribeye. I was fast.
he never looked up, I never said nothing to him, he was just really cooking. He had a little cowboy hat, wherever you go.
Fishing hat.
Yeah, fishing net. I thought I'd go around back and holler at him, I heard that road something.
just so long you throw the syrup.
That's right.
That fork on that thing,
It
it's
was
round.
we had 9 people working.
Yeah. Ooh, John had that.
You had 9 people working?
But John was on one street, they was next to him, and you were totally on the other. Oh, I didn't say that, yeah. I could see him when he was gonna sit down on the job. I tell you, that's the most people in a festival I ever saw, they just walk around.
Come to West.
Oh, really?
West.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's the first time I've ever heard of it.
Really? When is it?
Labor Day weekend.
Labor Day?
When is that?
West. Check Fest, what it is, check.
Czechoslovakia?
That's where a little story about the Karachi, they were famous for the Karachi. Yeah.
They closed.
On 9:30, he closed.
Well, not, they closed it at night.
Oh, okay.
Or they didn't have no kids, you know. Yeah, but that was always, when we get to cooking all night long, we wouldn't eat nothing.
That's right.
They go to the second.
I will go to that surf festival again if I can find somebody to do all. I had a good time.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna take vacation this week.
So there's only 2 things we had to sign?
For you? No. Yeah. And Stephen's got a couple things. No, yeah, 2. Stephen has 3.
Okay, so this is, we found out that absentee was gonna be wrong on, box 4, but also on election day.
Yeah, because you have a provisional in box 4, and you have a late ballot in box 4.
Honey,
Yes, sir.
she cut off your state proposition 8, but she cut the numbers off. Okay. Just on the day off. Take it, I'll do this other, wait on that there.
I feel weird being finished.
Grab on this, please. Go ahead.
I should.
I don't have one last, I will do.
Look at here. That needs to die. Look at how long that thing are.
Have you already killed your one bit?
Yeah, but I gotta kill me a couple deer.
Okay. Any more to allow that?
Okay.
Oh, that was actually, yeah, oh, that's fine. Oh, yeah. You really do. You kill one good one and one cold.
Hey, Janet, and Roxanne, are
But if
there?
you go to the $3 county, you kill another good one.
Okay.
No, you just gotta go to another county. Kill another one.
That's what he said.
Oh, different county.
Yeah, I need to give her a message.
One that allows you to kill more than 2 bucks, right?
No.
Oh, it don't matter. You can kill more than that, can you?
You kill a $3 in a $2 county?
As long as it's not your county. That's what Carol said.
You better check on that.
Because he killed, last year he killed a really nice.
You should be doing
It's my understanding that you kill one,
I-
and you kill another one in the neighboring county.
Okay,
Well, yeah, I'm talking about this $3.
because I had that on, I printed out one.
In your
on
county.
this,
You can't
but
go to
I
$2
need to
county.
check to make sure the information can be,
I don't
all
believe-
whatever information on it can be released.
Call the
They
county.
did have information on
I'm not
it.
talking about it.
It's not like you are.
They don't become nice.
Carol Wilson that told you that?
Yes,
Yeah,
Carol
Carol Wilson.
So he's picking that up for Dawn, I guess. Okay, so my thing is, on precinct. Great one, Jerry.
Was it Carol Calhoun?
Carol Calhoun.
What precinct was this?
You know, Joe, you really are pretty thin up there, that light shining.
Okay, box 11.
Shining on the side of the line.
I was gonna put him
Okay.
there. I mean, you got it really good.
So
camouflage.
precinct 11, it's a tape, it was because the light looks like something was staking. So
It's hard to go back there, but I you kill a good one like that. I keep thinking of all the things I could do.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's cut off and station opposition.
How old is he?
So he doesn't have the votes for
They can live
number 8 on box 11.
We're gonna go again.
Can you rerun that one?
So,
I would not know how to act if I had a son.
Okay, all right. We're waiting on it, okay.
I wish I'd had one.
You'd have had more gray hair.
Well, I can't get over that. Or the word race is either this job.
Okay, I'm gonna pass this to Joe. You finished, Joe?
Yes.
Okay.
Your hair was, don't get me.
All right, so I can see that's.
It is, it
Looks like a
says,
3 one.
see what it says?
They should all
This
be.
guy,
Like, it's gonna be speed that up, but if you go by lead, it's gonna be for account, it's gonna be doing that.
Oh, no, you're just, yeah.
Then I didn't, the ones that.
Some of the Calhouns are getting overtime today, aren't they?
So this will be, you got $3 and a $2 county.
Yes, the- Yeah, so, so the question is, did you find some advocate
Oh, he did the hair, go for it.
Okay.
They're all.
Well, he's up there at the outstretch, that's far up. He took our new Mack dump truck up here, he's gonna live off about a year and a half. He was on the railroad and antifreeze started blowing on it out of the vents. It was air conditioner.
Peter Cole.
Yeah. So I told him, I called Becky and said, take her to the Mac place. Still in
Okay,
there.
this is that resolution on.
Who grabbed
Pete, I think.
Here's yours 11, but there's the way one more page, that's, had a problem.
Well, I tell you what, that trucker made some good sausage. Old Pete, he brought a big old bag of it this morning for breakfast. And, they were made out of deer and pork. I mean, they were good.
Christine.
I need to sign.
Here is agenda request for signature.
You know what, we ought to keep those. Very colorful. These rices, he one with us.
And Roxanne is running another.
Yeah, just on the,
I got so
the
many.
day of election day.
What do y'all think I should put on my tombstone?
But I put dogwoods on mine, Michael's.
Dolphins?
Dogwoods.
Oh,
Well, I mean, nobody knows it. Shut up, Joe. Nobody
I thought
knows.
she said dumplings. When you're, I really see it.
I heard your deer, that you shot that guy had a heart attack.
Yeah, he did that.
I ran into Carol.
I had to draw.
Oh,
With a friend like him, I don't need them. Hey, y'all know we need to go and buy like some really good rubber bands? Dang.
I keep quills, I get them, you don't want them to thick.
I want some that I can pick, I want some I can pick breeds. You know, put rubber band on a bunch.
Just take it over here, but the way it works.
If this man will call.
Where'd you run into that little bit at?
Pick it house.
Huh?
Pick it house, he had some guy that we recognize.
that's a great.
When did that, what day was that?
After court last week, last meeting.
Right?
Hey, you got to pretty great.
Son, them jokers did that picket house all the time. I did everybody say things. Have you seen him and Derek Glenn today? He's bigger as they are tall.
They look like they're in pretty good shape. I mean,
I'm telling you, they love that picket house.
Y'all look wonderful, Carol. Good morning.
Mm-hmm.
Carol looks wonderful.
Him and Derek together is bad.
Yeah.
No, what the-
That's like, no and no, no. You got any money left in your house? I was asking Stephen if he had any money left in his envelope.
Yes, I do.
He was telling me the other day, that, oh yeah, that's perfect.
Good dream.
Yeah, they were good to put around your greens when you get them.
No, we're not getting back on one page. So you end up with.
So that's the perfect one.
Numbers were cut out. Just one of my actions, I was getting it.
Thanks, Steve.
Yes, sir.
And you good?
Definitely,
You was over a man, how slow he was.
That wasn't mine, I said I had some of those in class. Did you already get mine?
Yes. Your CH, I got yours.
See, I always tell them when they go out there to eat, the people house, they can call me and I come and eat with them. They don't ever buy me lunch.
Who's that other guy that goes with?
Derek, the dark complected guy, he's next. That's what I tell her.
What's his last name?
Right. He's not really, he's just dark complected, his brother, oh, white as me and you. But their mothers are dark complected ladies, and their grandmothers.
Seems like I've met him before.
He
Trevor's perfect, this is Troy, right?
his dad.
Charles.
You might have seen a post on Facebook, he had that Dirty D's Bar and Grill, you ever seen that? There, he built that big old thing out behind his house, he calls it Dirty D's Bar and Grill.
These are these.
D.
Dirty D.
Does he give away food?
He will, give him the money for it.
Oh, that's not good.
So do we need a motion to adjourn?
Wait, they're
One
on
more
process,
thing.
they're on the, yes, I will.
Absolutely.
Cut off.
There's no numbers at all. Proposition 8, no numbers. Was that a test? Were you testing?
So did all the propositions pass?
Yes,
Apparently, like they come with it.
Did they all pass?
I believe that you did.
I think I read those things over and over.
But they were those things from the incident follow.
Have y'all heard about we're gonna have a special one, we're gonna have 4 elections. So we're gonna have a special election in May 1st. It's one proposition, but it's to increase the homestead exemption. From 20, we get 25,000 now, we owe it 40.
That's never passed.
Why are they doing that? They get better results from it. Get better, less people vote, get better results. You're on camera, be careful.
Thank you.
Don't say anything bad about that.
There you go.
What?
There you go. It's book business.
Yeah.
I still didn't get it, what'd you say?
What'd you say, 15 and people?
Okay, proposition 8 is for 15 and against 0.
No, I need the, for proposition 8 on the last.
Did they bring you the date yet?
Yeah.
That's it?
15 is right there. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Oh, we got to share the first.
Oh. Box 11. That's all we take. You put in the
Okay, so motion second, accept the canvas.
No, we didn't, never.
Well, I made a motion.
I'll second it, then we accept the canvas.
All right.
It's been moved and seconded that we accept the canvas. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the ayes have it. We did accept the canvas.
Now adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
We
Second.
already got that, okay.
Been moved and seconded that we adjourn.
Okay.
All those in favor say aye.
Can we go?
Thank you so much. Okay, so.